Dome cameras are awesome. You set them to point at some object or in some direction and they never budge. Wind, rain, birds landing on them, squirrels dropping on them, it doesn't matter. Whatever you point them at, they stay pointed at. But you do have to get the dome tightened down tight after making your adjustments if you want to keep the rain out of them. Welcome to Rugged Cams. Now we sell a ton of dome style cameras and the number one complaint is water incursion. They're outside, it rains, so yeah, if you don't get the dome screwed down tight, they're going to get leaks. That's not our fault, that's just physics. If there's a way in, water will find it. So today I want to show you how to get your dome camera adjusted and then tighten down watertight. I'm going to show you two different models. We have many more, but these should give you a good idea of what needs to be done. Now this one is the Micron Dome. It's one of our biggest sellers because it's small, reasonably priced, and highly functional. This camera has two set screws to secure the dome in place. These are intentionally left slightly loose during shipping so that the customer can adjust the camera and point it at whatever they need to. The camera can be pivoted at its base. We'll call that axis number 1. It can be tilted up and down. We'll call this axis number 2. And the camera can be rotated to have an upright picture on the third axis. Most dome cameras have this same 3-axis adjustment, so it's easy to get the camera pointed just right. Now once the camera is pointed and set to its desired position, check that the gasket is in place and put the dome back on, lining up the screws to the sockets. Screw these into place, alternating screws frequently to get them roughly the same tension on both sides, and then tighten down tight to get a watertight seal. Inspect the gap. It should be very thin and even on all sides, and the white gasket should be visible and near the edge. If you see any gaps in the gasket, unscrew the dome and adjust the gasket. We also have stainless steel and other metal domes. The principle is the same, but the gasket is not where you can see it once the dome is in place. The set screws work a bit differently as well. With these, the screws wedge the cover into place using a slightly slanted flange, and again, they have to be tight to compress the seal and be effective. If you can wiggle the dome, it's not watertight. Gaskets sometimes settle or shrink after being exposed to several cycles of hot and cold. After your camera has been in place for a few days, you should check it to see if the dome is still tight and tighten it if needed. Also check to see if there's any water incursion after being exposed to rain or other wet environments for the first time. Again, if there's a way in, water will find it. If you catch this quickly, it shouldn't do any damage, but if you let the water set for even a day, it could rust or corrode components inside. If you see water incursion, check the screws for tightness and look again for any gaps. Unscrew the dome, drain the water, and dry out thoroughly, and then retighten the dome to get the seal watertight. Now if you can't get the seal watertight, you could try adding a very small bead of white lithium grease to the gasket. Lithium grease will not dry out the gasket and works well as an additional measure of waterproofing. Finally, if you've tightened the dome down tight and are still getting water incursion, there may be an issue with the dome. A hairline crack or other physical damage is enough to allow water in. Physical damage is not covered by warranty, but replacement domes are available for most of our cameras. Just give us a call and we can get you a replacement dome for most of our models. I hope this helps, and as always, if you have questions, please give us a call at 866-283-6003, or you can always email us at techsupport@ruggedcams.com. Thanks for watching.